James Melendez, James the wine guy, I'm going to talk about in this video, the Finger Lakes AVA. Stay tuned. So I was just coming back from the Finger Lakes in August of 2015, just last month, and for me, a really great way of understanding this region is to taste the wines, but to get a really great tour. Now, I did a brief tour, not as long as I would like to have taken, but ultimately it's really important to put foot on ground. I've talked about that time and again. You can look at as many pictures as you want and videos, and that's important. So you get a view of the landscape, the sharpness of topography, talking to people from the region, their experiences, and just even subtleties in terms of angle of sun and beauty of, say, the lake formations, and to see what that looks like. What are the, even the vines themselves look different because the ground cover is different. And so you even get that perspective and get that excitement as well. So this is a fantastic, exciting region that continues to develop further and further. So this region is mixed with Vitis vinifera, Vitis labrusca, as well as hybrid grapes. Now it's a small footprint, about 11,000 acres or 4,452 hectares. But it's one where I think fantastic wines are being produced today. So I have this Gruner Veltliner right in front of me. I'll review that. I'll place that video right here. I did hear a presentation by Alan Lasko. He's a Cornell professor emeritus. His specialization is in fruit plant physiology with an emphasis in wine grapes. So he walks through the topography. He talks about the experience of the landscape. That is, glaciation made this what it is today. That these really deep lakes that resemble fingers in the northern portion of New York State. A lot of people say upstate New York. I was corrected. I was told it was northern or western New York. It's a remarkable topography because what I really liked and was impressed with was that Alan Lasko made a very compelling presentation where he's showing the topography and also the soil type, and that really is quite varied. Very interestingly, he shows that, say, compared to, say, Lodi to Finger Lakes. And you find this huge variation and change out, so to speak, in terms of what you see in the Finger Lakes compared with a little more of uniformity as it relates to Lodi. It's not a value judgment, it's just a way of how things grow in the Finger Lakes. And ultimately, it's on deciding what you're planting, what can be supported in that region, what is the best wine grape for that particular soil type. And so we also talked about the difficulties of the growing season. And to be a good winemaker, it was said by someone, I don't think it was Alan, but someone else said that you should go to the Finger Lakes to make wine in California. And that experience really does you a lot of good. So I was really delighted to hear these comments, because that really puts the framework a little differently in terms of what is happening. So the most often produced Vitis vinifera grapes are Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Gewürztraminer, Lemberger, and Riesling. So here, this Gruner Veltliner is a really gorgeous wine. This is an off-dry wine, but it really showing proof positive. I tasted this producer's Gruner Veltliner amongst others, and I thought this is really fantastic, and I think you're going to see much more of this. Now, there are a lot of hybrids there as well, so hybrids definitely have that footprint. I would say probably 50% of the wine grape varieties, maybe about 40% are Vida Blanc, Vignol, Traumanet, Ceval Blanc, Niagara, and Elvira. And you also have a big planting of Concord grapes, which is Vitis labrusca, different species altogether, about 1,814 acres or 734 hectares. Now, this is a region where, for example, here in California, I can't find a lot of these wines. I can find some of them. And so, for example, I can find a Lemberger. And I think that's a really exciting wine. Lemberger, that is the Blaufränkisch. And so I think that's a really great experience point as well. So it's just saying what happens in Austria can also happen in the Finger Lakes. Now, I'm reading a book, and I'll put this a little closer so you can see this. Now, this is a book about Dr. Constantine Frank called Finger Lakes and the Legacy of Dr. Constantine Frank by Tom Russ. Now, Constantine Frank is, of course, a trailblazing producer. So I met his granddaughter, Megan, and she's holding on the family legacy. And I think it's just really a humbling experience for me to read. And I look up to people like Dr. Constantine Frank, where he really looks up to this region. He has that experience coming from the Ukraine, of a German background, and having that that experience of being a plant biologist and really going in there and saying what can happen here. Let's see what else we can do beyond the hybrids or beyond Vitis labrusca, and let's plant the Vitis vinifera. And I think his courage and experience and determination made this region what it is as well. So you have the support of Cornell University, also a big supporter of this region. And without this combined knowledge, this combined experience, I don't think we would have what we have today. But this is showing what individuals can do and bringing about beautiful wines and having that vision. So more information will be listed down below, and I'll put the name of the book, this producer as well. That'll be in another video, which I'll place that video right here. And thank you for watching. I'd love to know your perspectives on New York wines, Finger Lakes wines in particular. And I would love to see more of these in California. So I understand many more of the Finger Lakes wines are quite popular these days, especially in New York City. And that's a compliment, right? To be served at a restaurant or sold off premise. So more to come. Do me a favor, give a like to this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your support, and let's stay connected. I'm on a variety of social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram and WordPress. And so do me a favor, give a like to this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and thank you again for watching today. Salut!